Want to try to make yourself some caramel for the holidays, for a cake or cupcakes, then I want you to write down this recipe, please. 1.5 sticks of butter, 2 cups of granulated sugar, 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream, 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. You can use whatever flavoring you prefer. I'm going to use vanilla bean paste because that's what I like. You can add a little salt if you like, but I'm using salted butter, so I'm not going to add any salt. I'm starting with my melted butter. See, this is so much better than the electric ones. The electric ones don't get hot very quick. I'm using 1.5 sticks of butter. Salted butter, that's what I'm using. If you do not use salted butter, then add just add a little bit of salt. So I'm gonna melt this down. I have a brand new electric one over there, and I tried to use it, but it just doesn't get hot like, propane or gas. I don't know what I want to do with it. I would send it back, but I already got rid of the box. I'm going to, at some point, show you what I'm doing. I hope you can kind of just follow along what I'm doing right now. 2 cups to this. I'm going to add my 2 cups of white sugar. At this point, you want to have like a medium heat because you don't want your sugar and your butter to burn. So you cannot, this is something that you cannot walk away from. Don't walk away from it, because the moment it starts to cook, it's gonna go really, really fast. So don't walk away. So you want all of your butter and your sugar to be incorporated, and now you just basically wait for this caramel to get caramelized. Well, the sugar to become caramelized. Now, with some people, they'll tell you, don't stir it, don't stir it. I'ma stir it. I'ma stir it because I like to stir up mess. No, not really. Not really. So this is how it's looking so far. I got it on medium heat. I don't know you couldn't make your own caramel. Yes! You can make caramel fudge. You can make your own caramel frosting. You can make your own caramel syrup. With mashed potatoes. No, not. See, this is what I'm talking about. You can't. I'm not going to talk to y'all too much. Okay? Because this is the point where you don't want to take your eyes off of it, because you can easily burn it. I like my caramel to be a very deep caramel flavor, a deep caramel color. It's already starting to cook. Like in some parts you can see the color coming through. You really want to cook this down to where the sugar is not grainy anymore. I know all of the easy ways to make caramel, but if you black or if you country, when I say country, usually from the South, I can say that because I'm from the South. I'm from West Helena, Arkansas, so don't come for me unless I send for you. But no, I don't want the easy way. It does not give that caramel flavor like I like. It does not give that homemade flavor that I like. So let me show you how it's looking so far. You can see, oh, the freaking, I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit more because I feel like it's cooking a little bit too fast. But at this point, you don't walk away. All she added was butter, and yep, butter. All I added was 1.5 sticks of butter and 2 cups of granulated sugar. Don't embarrass me. Don't embarrass me right now. I just made caramel yesterday and it was beautiful. Now this is like acting up. So you got any other plans today? I did. Just sit it on top of that mixing bowl. Yeah, right there. Of course it doesn't look like caramel. Now, what are you used to seeing? That's the question. What are you used to seeing when you're talking about caramel? Do you just go to the grocery store and you make, you know, you buy your caramel bits and then you melt it down? Yes, that's one way. Or are you that person that takes sweetened condensed milk and you cook it till the death of it? Yeah, that's another way. Or do you make it from scratch? Yeah, like it just needs to cook down. Sorry, my back is hurting. I'm not gonna walk away from it though. Cook. Can you see that coming through? Can you see that? You see that color coming through? Like it is melty now. You see that? Please tell me you can see that. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. I'm trying to wait for it to all be melted down, and then I'm going to add in my heavy cream. It's going to bubble up, so I'm going to just send it right back. So it got a little hard because the heavy whipping cream is cold. but it's gonna all come together. So I got it on a like low. So now this is just got to come back together and incorporate all of that goodness. So it's got to just heat back up. It's got to heat back up. I did not use room temperature because I just forgot to take it out of the fridge. So room temperature ingredients is just best for baking. Room temperature everything. Room temperature butter, room temperature milk, room temperature heavy whipping cream, room temperature everything.
What's that?
So of course I made the mistake of not using, yeah, so.
Mommy, look. I'm home. Look. Look at Mom.
No wonder it wasn't doing it. The thing had turned off. I was smelling some gas. That's why it got screwed up. We're gonna bring it back together. Yeah, get to boiling. Get to boiling.
What was the smell?
No, it was gas. We were about to die. Yeah, we were definitely about to die.
What's that?
This is caramel.
Oh, I see it right there.
No, step back.
Oh,
yep, step back. Mind you, I did this on my stove yesterday.
Mom, look.
So. Yeah, okay. So it's just got to melt back down because it got cold. But it'll come together. Somehow I had accidentally turned the eye off. I do have a fan on. So it's all going to come back together. Make sure I'm not going to blow up nothing. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I'm gonna let this sit here and get those bits to melt back down. I didn't realize that the eye had turned off and it wasn't hot anymore. Okay, so it didn't embarrass me. And you cannot use this until, I don't want to say room temperature. It does not have to be room temperature for you to ice your cake, but it does have to cool down significantly. Okay, I'm going to show you how to ice a cake because I have a little 6-inch cake here. And I was thinking about doing it on a chocolate cake and on the vanilla cake. Well, it's my butter cake. Oh, that looks fabulous. Turn it down just a little, because I don't want it to get too hot. Well, I mean, it is hot, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So this is the flavor that I use. You want to use 1.5 teaspoons, but I just measure with my heart because I can. But if you want to try to make this yourself, 1.5 sticks of butter, 2 cups of granulated sugar, 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream, 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. And you can use whichever vanilla you want to use. So I'm just waiting, I'm just cooking this until it thickens a little bit more because we had a little bit of a mishap. The thing had turned off on me and I didn't know it. Oh my gosh, it smells like heaven. If this is how heaven smells. Maybe my heaven will smell like vanilla and caramel. So the longer this sits and cools down, it's going to become thicker. I hope you guys can see that. Can you see that?
Mom.
Yes, sir.
Look, I got the temperature one. Look. Look.
See that? Yeah, baby. What's the brand of what? How can you store it? I would store mine in the fridge because it does have heavy whipping cream in it. And then when you're ready to use some, you can warm it up in the microwave for, like 20 seconds. But it depends on how big how much you're warming up. So to this, I actually add powdered sugar. I know, sugar on top of sugar on top of sugar. But to me, adding the powdered sugar, I don't know, for whatever reason, it keeps it from like hardening like a fudge. But I also believe that's what the heavy cream does to keep it from hardening like that. So we're going to turn this off. We turned it off. And now we just let it sit here and cool. I'm going to let it cool in the pot for, maybe 10-15 minutes. And then I'm going to transfer it to a bowl. In the bowl is where I'm going to add maybe about 1/2 cup to a cup. Maybe, I don't know, anywhere from 1/2 cup to a cup of powdered sugar. And mix that in. And then we're going to just let it sit there and cool. So I need this to sit and cool. You see how beautiful that is? That's your homemade caramel right there. Homemade caramel. So we're gonna let this sit for a few more minutes. I want it to sit just to cool off, just to calm down. You know what I'm saying? But do you see how beautiful? Now this is going to thicken up so well. You see how runny that is? You could use it if you want to, but it's very hot. Do not taste it. I urge you, do not taste it. If you don't want 3rd-degree burns on your tongue, on your lips, on your hand, because some of us like to do that. Look, don't do it. I'm going to be adding some powdered sugar to this. It's already thickening very nicely. So I'm going to remove all of the stuff so you can see me work on the next steps. I'm going to go ahead and add the powdered sugar in here now, because that's my business. Because that's my business. I measure with my heart. I told you guys what to use. About a half a cup to a cup. It's easier to do this when the caramel is still very hot. It may not look like it's incorporating, but it will. Just mix, mix, mix until it all gets back smooth. I know some people put theirs on a mixer. You can put it on a mixer and whip it on the mixer. The mixer is just going to help it cool down. What I have learned is just to put it in a bowl and just let it sit at room temperature. You could cover it if you want to, because it will try to develop a skin on top. You guys get a better view of the caramel. You see how much more it has thickened? I hope this helps somebody. And you can see how nice that sounds. Nice. Yes. I wasn't going to say anything, but you said it first. So I'm gonna just scrape this over into another bowl because the pan is still very hot, and that's preventing your caramel from cooling down completely like you want it to. And there's your caramel. But I'm going to keep mixing this. That'll also help to cool it down more. I'm going to keep mixing and keep mixing and keep mixing. It just helps cool it down. You're very welcome. I hope you know, you try it. I hope you like it. But when I say don't walk away from your caramel, do not walk away from your caramel. You know what I didn't do? I forgot to sift my powdered sugar. Yesterday when I did it, I sifted my powdered sugar to prevent there to be, you know, from having any tiny lumps. So if you do add powdered sugar to yours, definitely, y'all know I don't like sifting nothing. I don't. But if you still want it to be back nice and creamy and no little tiny lumps, sift your powdered sugar. That's what I forgot to do today. But just do as I say, not as I do. It was just one step that I forgot, that's all. Because I see little tiny bits of powdered sugar. But it's okay. It's not for a customer. We're just trying to distribute the heat and to help it cool down. To help it cool down. So y'all saw this video. You saw this video on my TikTok. You see how much thicker? You see how much thicker that is now? Look at that beauty. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.